Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good and you?
Okay, it's cold for Miami.
It's very cold. It's very cold. Yesterday I was on campus and
Yeah,
it was freezing cold,
right, right.
especially for Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that was it. I wanted to welcome you
Right,
and
guys.
hi,
You
Robert.
started
Thank you.
without me.
No, we just got on the second. We're just talking. You see, I'm dressed like I'm in Siberia.
I know. I wasn't even sure if I was invited to this one, even though it was my invite. So
Yeah,
I,
no, I thought you were, but I didn't know if you were a bit. You've had this chance. I just wanted to, since I wasn't able to make the luncheon yesterday, I wanted to meet you. You have such an interesting background, and I'd like to hear more about it, Alex.
yeah, I'm just
Nice.
here to do the introduction. So it was, yeah, Alex and I have now met several times, like
Great.
3 times. He met the faculty yesterday. Um, so yeah, I'll hand it over to Alex to just, do what we did yesterday, sort of thing. We had a great conversation at lunch. We missed it.
Yeah, yeah. I missed it too, and that's what Alex, this will not be our only conversation. I have so many ideas for you and want to get to know you. Wonderful. So you
Thank
can
you.
give our what you need.
Nice. No, thank you. I did some research and I saw a lot of. It looks like you did a lot of work on decision systems, especially for financial sector, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Interesting. I have been doing consulting using AI for decision making on lending, like credit card, credit score, and things like that, for the biggest private label or white label credit card company in Brazil. And the results are very, let's say, interesting. And I would like to talk more, after
Yeah,
this discussion
yeah. No,
about.
for sure. There's so many things that you're doing. I see that you also had products too. That you,
Yes, yes. I developed few products. Well, basically, I'll give like an overview about my career.
good.
My background is in mechatronics engineering, so robotics. I love automation, and I try to do automation on everything. Even like my daughter sometimes say, "Hey, Dad, let's do something," or "Let's go to the playground." I say, "No, I need to work." She says, "No, just make the computer work for you," because she hears that I love to make the computer work for me. And so most of my career, I worked for my own companies. Um, some, succeeded. Some, I couldn't make it happen. But basically, I have been using automation technologies, AI to make decision, or whatever I can automate, where I could automate. I tried, and many times I did it because I did not have much money. I mean, instead of using like 10 guys, I could use 2 or 3 guys. So it was based on my own needs. And later on, I realized I could basically sell that knowledge of doing consulting, helping other companies. And all the challenges I faced, I went to the academia. So to do like a master or a PhD, to do some research and also get some free consulting. Of course, I ask questions to the professors; they know a lot, and then I deploy on the
Hmm.
consulting, and it
You really
helped me a
applied
lot.
it.
Yeah, I apply. So that's what I have been doing for since 1998, when
Oh,
that was my undergraduation. I worked for Accenture. In that time, was Anderson Consulting. I was an intern, then an analyst, then a consultant. And after that, basically, I started my own companies. I had, after MIT, Samsung invested in one of my companies that was in Silicon Valley. Well, they did an acquire. They ended up acquiring the company. Then I basically helped them to expand and develop new products for other parts in the world as a engineering and product director. And and that's it. So, but please ask me more questions because I know that my resume is or actually my
No,
CV
don't go.
is confusing.
You're doing fine. No, I didn't think it was confusing, but it really shows your. I think emphasizes your curiosity, and then you implement it. That's what's amazing. And what did the company that that you was funded by Samsung? What did it do? Did it
We
produce product or what?
Well, that's there was when I was in MIT. Every time a professor or anyone showed up, they need to connect their laptop with a different connector or get a password. And there was always like a 5 minutes or 3 minutes back there set up. And then I said, wait a minute, this is something that happened also on the meetings and especially with VC. So, and back there, they were like, Cisco start to say, bring your own device.
Right.
So, and that was like and because of the security and cybersecurity, usually it's very critical to get a password. So if I show up at University of Miami and I ask like you or Robert to give me a password, it's hard. So basically, we developed a technology that's an IoT for a corporate environment that could connect any device without using any proprietary or existing protocol. So I have a presentation, I have videos, and it's basically we had like a device. So imagine you show up with your phone, and that device, something like this, basically you open the app, you select the media you wanna, and you put the device on the top of the screen. We patent a lot of things, even some components, and there was a handshaking using touch emulation and a response using like light pulse, and it would connect your device even if each device was on its own network. And despite if it's Apple, Samsung, and that became a platform. And later on, when Samsung acquired the smart things, they leveraged on that technology for home. Some of the patents and some of the software was used. They never launched it for office. We had 50 companies testing. The results we collect data was the results were good, but to be honest, there was a lot of politics
Yeah.
preventing launching
Yeah. Right.
products.
Right.
So
More.
basically, the criteria was more like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like the next Samsung CEO probably is the guy that's my friend, and
Great.
something like this.
Yeah. Well, that's what
My friend is
happened.
say not
The human.
Alex friend, but someone
Right.
else friend.
Right. I know. Humans get in the way.
Sorry, I cannot hear you. Maybe it's muted.
Humans get in the way. That's all. So what?
Okay.
So what have you done now in the AI world? So, and I see you. Robert was mentioning you helping him with his, institute and things, and
Yeah, the goal, just before,
yeah.
just to interrupt, because we're trying to hire someone at the beginning of the semester, there'll be no teaching, because teaching's already going less for so the goal, we're trying to bring someone on board to ramp up the institute during the spring semester and during the summer.
This semester, you mean?
Yeah, and so we'll look at grants, we'll talk to donors. I'm already talking to them already. We got the $2 million for the AI chair. We've got someone interested in the AI Fellows program. I've got some lecturers who I'm interviewing and so on, and then Michael and ARush and the gang. And also for someone to come on board and support the other faculty doing research, the PhD students, just generally kind of act like a research scientist but to get the institute up and running. Like we had this great event yesterday, which was I'm sorry you couldn't watch it online.
Yeah, I was planning to, but I saw that it was taken off. But it's okay. So how'd it go?
Yeah, it went really well.
Good.
I gave a good introduction, I think, of the institute.
Good.
And talked a little bit about David, and then how we had some great speakers back in the day, and then it went really well. And he gave a good talk, and then it was very well attended. Howie was there, the dean, Mike Siros, and a whole bunch of faculty you normally wouldn't expect to turn up. Right?
Yeah.
So it went really well. So we want but that took an enormous amount of organising. Liam did most of that with me. We had an event on Monday last week with Biz2X, which was massive, and we raised, I think we're getting $40,000 for the department from that, but that was also a nightmare to organize, and so I need some help in the sense with
Well, you're on your own there, and there's so many new things coming up too. So,
so
and then you also have to run the department as well. So
Alex has a toolkit that is, he's got all the spanners and hammers and all things in there, so we can fix all the problems if Alex or whoever comes on board. So Alex is also, a very technical, hands-on guy, and you should tell her about your Spectrum computer. I was showing him I had a Spectrum in my office, and he went to Brazil and over Christmas and came back with a Spectrum computer, and I was like, wow, this is so cool.
Okay.
Sorry. So
okay.
That's what.
Yeah. So that's good. That's a good background to see.
And then we're going to build the major AI major in the fall. So I need someone to help me write.
Yes, that's good. And we don't really. It's all the time on full. People. Right.
The minor is absolutely packed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So anyway, sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because I was. Yeah. Okay, great. And we have just a short period of time, but I wanted just to get that overview for you. You're right. Okay, Alex. And what are you doing now? Maybe let's even go further. What are your activities now?
I write some papers. The last 4 or 5 years, I did a lot of projects, a lot of consulting. I collect a lot of data. So I had my own research questions. So basically, I was the idea for, the companies paid me not for doing research, but to solve problems. But I took advantage and I said, I want to publish this. I want to, one day I'll do that. So I collect data. So I'm organizing that. I'm writing 2 papers. One, I'm advising 2 students. One that got the best capstone project, the final engineering course, the award was the best. I'm advising another student that I'm writing with him a paper for IEEE transactions on intelligent transportation system. And I'm still doing some consulting, wrapping up 2 projects. And I'm here in Coral Gables because my wife, actually we moved here 5 months or 6 months ago because my wife was hired as associate professor for the communication, School of Communication.
Oh, okay. Here at UM.
Yes.
Okay, and what is her field?
Her field, you said, or mine?
Hers.
Oh, her. Okay. She's a psychologist, but her field is immersion learning or using immersion media to, for learning. So basically, she investigates the use of virtual reality, augmented reality for communication, for learning, for triggering a specific behavior, or, for example, for leadership. She was at Stanford. She did a large study that basically was the executive having a feedback session, talking to someone virtually with an avatar.
Right.
And then you could see your reaction. After that, you could see the discussion, an avatar of you, and see your reaction. So she mixed the learning and behavioral science with the immersive media, and try to leverage on the immersive media affordance for training, for learning.
Oh, wow.
That's her field. Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, so she's here. Okay, now I understand the connection. Yeah, so this is perfect. Yeah.
I think she got a big grant from Meta for VR.
She got in the past. She's now in the last phase of a $20 million grant. So I think few candidates. So after 4, she brought on board 2 big names from Harvard, from Stanford. She's well connected. She's really recognized in the field. Many,
media, in the metaverse. Yeah.
Yes, in this field.
And she's working with Kim. Kim is making a Kim, right? He's making a big splash. She's having he told me he's having I guess a conference coming up.
Yes, she's involved on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, right,
She's
right. So
yes.
there's a conference
Uh,
coming up with that. Yeah.
So if Alex was to join us, one of the things that would be useful for the department and the institute is the dean's uh, and the provost requirement for interdepartmental
Yeah.
interschools. So I think with her, I like the guys over there. They do a lot of really exciting
No,
things.
no, they doing, but no, but with her even in doing
Yeah.
maybe even like a guest lecture or something like that, or even a combined team course or something
Yeah,
like
I
that. That
thought that we could do something fun, or even for the doctoral students.
yeah, or there's so many opportunities.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's great that we
yes, they need a good collaboration on
yeah,
AI.
no, they do. And in the past we've been so siloed, you know, of what is in communication, what is in engineering, and our the life isn't siloed, you know. And so it's
Yes, yes, and yeah, that's something that I see. I mean, changing, right? I think University of Miami, all the schools want to change that, and
right.
I think that creates a lot of value. I mean, you
No,
mix
sure.
different
Everybody,
courses.
nobody,
Yes,
and nobody can do everything, and that's the beauty of it. That everybody can, you can use the strengths of everyone,
the
and being
cross
open.
pollination. Yeah,
Yeah,
cross
no,
pollination.
no, it's
It's really
great.
good.
Okay,
because
wonderful.
as department chair, all I see is some stovepipes and people.
I know what you see. We see that all the time. I'm always shocked by that, you know.
But
But that's another thing that I'm so anti, you know. But anyways, right? The people say that this is the journal you have to do. This is the subject you have to do. It's ridiculous, and especially
as you can see, Sarah, you and I can talk offline.
right,
But I'm trying
right.
to
But anyways, yeah.
open up
But it's. I think it's wonderful. My own feedback, you know, for Robert is Alex. I welcome you, and let's.
Thank you.
What I can see is let's set up some time that we can really go into depth. Some of the ideas I have, some of the research that I'm working on, some of
Wow,
the,
let's do that.
you know what I mean, some of the ideas that we're doing, and I think you'd make a wonderful, not only to our department, which I think really needs someone with your background that has a much more broad aspect to it and also a practical aspect. We're in the business school too of applied, and Robert has been pushing this, I must say, for many ways. You know, he has that outlook too, so I think it's
Yes,
wonderful.
yes.
So
I really found while I have been talking to Robert, and I know now that I met you and other,
yeah, I'm in.
professors, I think it's the right school to be.
No,
I'm
I think,
excited.
and not even that. You're coming in at the right
we haven't
time.
offered him the job yet, so let's.
Yeah, no, but I'm just telling you that even despite even if you decide or something works out, I'd like to meet with you anyways, you know, and I'm
Sure,
just giving
sure, no,
you
Me too.
anyways, you know, whatever you decide or whatever happens, you know, I don't have those powers, but I can just tell you you have so many different opportunities that in this way our brief conversation would not we can even just go into one area in
no,
depth. So let's
fantastic.
do that. Let's keep in touch. And Robert, I just wanted to do just a quick one since I had some other meetings, and I appreciate it. And anything, you know, I can speak with Robert offline on that. But I welcome you. And how great is it that you're in Coral Gables? And now I know the connection of that was not clear when I read your information of, you know, how come you're in Coral Gables from all the places they've been, you know?
They said it's not cold. They lied to me.
It's all right. Wait till August. Wait till August.
I
You,
know, no, I know. It's
and you're
really hot. I
sweating
mean,
like a. I'm
I know,
sweating
I
like
know.
a pig, and I say to
To be
myself,
honest, I'm not complaining. I
I
was
know,
missing the cold weather.
I know.
I need to be
It
honest.
wakes you up, you know, and
Oh,
that's
this is
it.
great. So, Sarah, I do need to catch up with you,
Yeah.
and personally, and with you and I can have a chat.
Yes.
Um, and Alex, you and I also maybe we can catch up next week. I have to obviously with all the candidates. Let me put it
Right.
that way.
Right.
And then I also have to then canvass the faculty for their thoughts and who they would like to bring on board.
Yeah.
So this will be closed up by next week.
Oh, okay. Okay, and let me know, Robert. You know, I didn't even I don't know the details on that part, but this is just the beginning of what you're
Yeah,
doing.
this was a line that I pushed hard for, and
Good.
there was no lines, and then a line. We actually went to Willie, the provost, and got a line before Christmas, before the Senate authorized those future lines, which are not available until next August.
So you do have it. You do have. Well, I'll talk to you about
Yeah.
that offline. That's not my, preview on that. But anyways,
Okay, so thanks, Alex. I'm going to
Thank you.
run. You and I get together next week. I'll send you a text or an email or something. And Sarah, I'll call you.
yeah, we'll call and I left you a voicemail. Just even that
Oh,
I
you
didn't.
did?
Yeah,
All right.
but no, it's okay. It was about this meeting too. I was
I
going to
might
tell
call
you.
you later because I have to go to the eye doctor now to get my annual check.
Okay,
when I'm
good.
blind, the only person I'll be able to talk, but I won't be able to see. So
It's all right. Okay, Robert.
All right. Nice.
Thanks.
Bye, Robert.
Thank you.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.
And, thanks a lot.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Sarah.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Have a
Yeah,
great
and then
weekend.
we'll set up a time, Alex. Really, there's so many
Sure.
different things. And what do you just let me just ask you? So what you have a product now? I saw you had a couple of products now.
Yes, I developed some products.
Are they
some I
now,
developed-
or this is kind of like past products? Are you still?
the products I developed were past products I developed for companies. Some
Okay.
I developed patents but uh, I would like to explain the products,
Yeah.
show you, for example, some data and some finds from this work with the credit card company. I created the AI team that's now is 50 people. They grew a lot. I mean, the company extracted a lot of value. I think this is one example of opportunity for data and results and things that I already know the result that we can write together. I mean, we can publish. I want to, basically publish the results of many things I have been doing.
Yeah, you have it in the background. And did you, so you like the idea of doing like a professional practice type of thing? Were you interested in an academic position, like a tenure track, or you like this more of a professional practice type of position?
I mean,
Cause I didn't know. Just so you know, I had no idea about any. I'm in my own world, and I have no idea about all these fundings and things like that. What Robert
I
was doing.
understand. Yes.
So I was just looking at you as a person, and I didn't. You know what I mean? I think he was. He's a
No,
little.
I totally understand,
Yeah.
and I appreciate.
Yeah.
So to be really honest,
Yeah.
I think what I would love is
Yeah.
to do tenure track. I mean, because I have an
You would like a
extensive
tenure
experience.
track,
I would like,
an academic tenure track like your
Yes.
wife has.
Yes, I mean that would be my goal. I mean,
Okay.
let's say my past life, I did a lot of consulting.
Right.
I helped a lot of companies,
Right.
and I learned a lot. I want to pack that and transform in knowledge,
Mhm.
and do a lot of. I found my love for research, or I discovered that
Right.
late in my life. If 20 years ago, if I knew what I know now, enjoying doing research, presenting papers,
Right.
and writing for journals, 20 years ago, I would have, made different decisions. But
Right. Right.
I don't
It
regret.
evolved the way it did.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I
Right.
made connections. But now I would love to do research. I learned in the last few years to do research,
Mhm.
and I love. What I don't think is my resume or my CV
Yeah.
for applying to a tenure track, because exactly what you said. You need to have this or that journal.
I know they're very what I call narrow. Let me put it. I don't want to put a pejorative on it, but it's
But I
very
understand.
tunnel vision on what
Yes.
it is.
And Robert said that, Alex, let's open it. If the faculty likes you, the dean. I had an interview, with the dean. He liked it. I think it's perfect this position, Professor Practice, because if you go through the process for a tenure track, I don't know, but I don't have like a publication, the Miss Quarterly.
Yeah. I know.
So, but I want to have. I have a lot of data. I have
Yeah, you could
competitive
work with those
projects.
folks to do that. But do you want to be in a business school? You also have engineering. You almost in some ways you could be in a lot of different schools. You know what I
Yes,
mean with your background.
I like both. I
Yeah.
love engineering. I love business.
Hmm.
I started companies.
Yeah, you
I
know
came
that
from the
part, right?
engineering,
Hmm.
and I need to learn about business. So I
Yeah.
went to a master. I did like a master in marketing, then so
Yeah, I
basically,
see all the degrees you have. You really went through it.
yes,
Wait, what do you have?
I,
3 PhDs or something? What was it? Computer science and what else? Yeah, right.
I have one in business, is
Right.
MIS,
Yeah.
in
Oh, you did.
one in electric engineering,
Yeah, right, right. Well,
one in
the dean also has, I don't know, you probably see, the dean also has an undergraduate degree in electrical engineering. You know
oh, I
that?
didn't know that. No, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
look at his resume. Yeah, from
Wow.
USC, he has electrical engineering
No,
undergrad.
I will take a look. I know that's very interesting. I love business school.
Right.
But to be honest, I like to. That's why I think that the business technology department is the right place, because I feel that's in between. For example, let me show uh, my research
Yeah.
on autonomous vehicle. I even helped
Really?
Audi to develop a prototype.
Really? That's
Audi,
funny because do you know Mobileye?
Mobileye, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I work with them in with
Oh,
their
really?
CTO. Yeah.
I didn't know. So I
That's funny.
developed.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, I developed technology
So
and
what did you develop in
patents.
autonomous vehicles?
Well, one was a way I developed for Ericsson in
Uh
Sweden,
huh.
basically a way to compensate for connectivity loss and bandwidth loss. Basically, we predict using AI, and we compensate that using AI during because there is a technology, the communication plays a big role on
Uh
autonomous vehicle.
huh. Uh
We
huh.
say that's V2V or V2X communication,
Right.
vehicle to vehicle or vehicle to everything. And that's what we develop a technology to compensate when you have data loss or bandwidth problem or any connectivity
Yeah.
issue. We anticipate. I also developed an environment that we use to find corner case. I mean, very hard situations that an autonomous vehicle cannot deal with. That's good because you're doing a simulated environment. It's risky. Basically, you're anticipating accidents. You generate synthetic data to
Mm-hmm.
train machine learning algorithms to predict if you are about to face that situation.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what
that,
they're needing. Yeah, and to familiar
yes.
thing.
So that's I
Yeah.
can show you
No, it's
videos
so
and
many.
things
We
that,
have so many different ways. Yeah. So I work with them,
yes,
and they were. As a matter of fact, I just met with them, Mobileye,
cool.
a
And
couple weeks ago. Yeah, they were. They, basically they were. First, they exited. At that time, when they exited, they started as two professors. From Hebrew
I,
University.
I didn't know there were two professors, but
Yeah,
I know
they
they
were.
are like from Israel,
Yeah, it's
and they are
Israel, and
great.
they started with two professors, and one person that developed he had developed the fastest DSP chip for Motorola, and then they took him as the design engineer.
Fantastic. Yeah,
And
is a
then
very
they're now doing, yeah. So I met with them. Yeah.
it's a great company, and I like the engineering, and I don't know the engineering school there, but I like
You know
engineering.
what you can do, Alex, is it's a free world, so you can visit with them too. In engineering is trying to do a lot of practical things. So you fit with a number of different areas. You
Uh,
don't have to
Thank you.
be think of yourself as just going into one area, but you can since you're in Coral Gables campus, you can meet with them. You know.
I like the idea of if it's I don't know how it works, I don't know the politics or the structure,
Yeah.
but for example, if I could like work with Robert, I liked him, with you and the
Mm-hmm.
department, and then also like maybe giving classes there. I like the idea of let's do a master on AI that do things together. I know that sometimes I'm naive. I mean, I want to do things in companies as well. I say, why you don't do do this. They say,
Yeah.
oh, that area doesn't talk to us. They
Yeah,
don't give us the data.
right. You know,
But
and it goes in phases. The only
yes,
beautiful thing is that you can do it, you know, and have connections with different people. You know what I mean? You don't sometimes have to do it formally as well. You know, you can reach out
yes.
to certain people, and if there's a connection there, you can, you know, nobody's going to prevent you from, you know,
No, I
doing that.
totally agree. And I'm really impressed at meeting you. Uh, now, I saw your research,
Yeah,
I Google it,
yeah.
and other, faculty. And it's really, I see a lot of possibilities, a lot of
Yeah, no,
things
yeah,
to
you
do
just have to
together.
focus. Yeah, and
Yes.
did Robert want you to teach? Did he say it was that? Did you he talk to you about the position? What is the position supposedly?
I think it's professor in practice. That's what I applied. They open a position. I think
Professor in
I need to
practice,
teach.
and you're supposed to
Yeah.
teach. I get, and then you come on board, and then the following semester, I guess, teach
Yes.
courses.
To teach courses, but I think it's three disciplines, three courses, and then I do research. So it's full
Okay,
time position.
okay,
Uh, I like to teach. I really like to teach, but I want to have time to do research
right.
because I want to. So, and to be really honest, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity for me to help there to create things with you and your other faculty, and also prepare my resume to try a tenure track position
Yeah,
with
yeah.
you.
You have to. Yeah, you have to almost. Yeah, and it may be a tenure track position, may be in another school too. You know, I'm telling you this off.
No, I sure I understand,
You
and
know
I
what I'm
really
saying,
appreciate
offline. You know
your
what I
being
mean? Maybe
sincere.
yeah, that's why I'm saying is that see also what they, you know, they have that with computers and also with computer science and also that new you know, that center
On my
that did.
disc.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they are sponsoring my. I think they pay my wife's salary. Her position is with iDisc in the School of Communication. But I met someone there.
Did you meet? Who'd you meet?
Um, oh my God, forgot his name. I'll tell you.
Did you meet the Greek guy?
Yeah, he's Greek. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did he?
Uh,
Did you discuss it with him? He has
no,
possi.
ma'am. I never discussed it. I just met him socially
With
before
your wife.
Christmas. Yes, they had like a end of the year catch up event, and I went there and I socially talked to him. I want to talk, and to be honest, just off the record,
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know anyone in the engineering school. I think I, well, my publications in engineering paper in engineering journals are better. So, for example, I have one paper on the impact of AI on the safety of autonomous vehicle
Yeah.
that has 140 citations.
Wow.
It's a
Great.
8.9 the factor of the journal. It's a good journal. So I
Okay.
mean, it's a,
So
but
you
it's
can
like
you know just look, you know, and you can reach out to them, and I'm sure they would. You know what I mean? That's at this point. What's nice is that you could reach out and see
yeah.
what's available there at at UM and
I,
engineering and
yeah. But
in the other
I
things. You know.
I agree. I agree. And I like it there. I don't know. To be honest, when I ask your opinion
Yeah.
about the school, the department, because I like it, Robert. I mean,
Mhm.
he's very honest on the
Mm.
things he like and dislike, and I like this openness in me,
Right.
and I appreciate it. And I would like to hear from you. How is to work there? If you like, what you dislike. I mean, just between us, but
Yeah.
I want to learn about the
No,
school
no.
and the department.
I think what is good is that the positive is we have a new dean.
Yeah.
And I like, and that's what I'm saying. And he's really gung ho on AI. And what is different from the other uh, parts is he's, at least what they say, you know, they're into doing things interdisciplinary, and
That's great.
and they're forced, I think, budget wise, to do it because I think a lot of the funding comes. Even your wife, right? Her funding is not only just coming from communications, right?
It's from iDisc. Yeah.
Right. So
Yes.
so they have a lot of money. So now all the other schools, they say if you hire, you need to also have like 50% from them and so forth. So I think they're the source right now for a lot of funding. So
Yeah.
that's why I think there's a people change their behaviors based on
Based on the rewards, and the
right.
reward is funding.
Right. So all of a sudden
Yeah.
everybody's into interdisciplinary, things. So
Yeah.
I think that is the way. And this, AI, we're really at the very, very beginnings of it.
Yep.
That
Yep.
that institute has been dormant for many, many years, so it's just now, and there hasn't been any work done in it. So it's just, you can come in at that part. So I think
Oh
it's,
yeah. Hopefully.
you know what I mean? But I'm just telling you, but the whole university, we have a new president, it's
Oh no.
that that is also into interdisciplinary. So I would just, in that case, my advice is, you're not, see what best fits for you. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
And
Sure.
since you have a multi disciplinary background and outlook and so forth, see where it fits best for you. And you may want to reach out to those other, even reach out to those other schools and see what they have available. I
Yes.
think this professional practice is, I guess it's not a tenured track, so
No, it's not.
so in that case, it allows you, in the flip side, it allows you more flexibility to decide,
Yes. Yes, I agree.
what I mean, to see where it fits best. I could even see you in any school, really.
Thank you.
You know
Thank
what
you.
I'm saying? That you can contribute, and of course you could contribute, to our school. And how did you find Robert? Was he just a
Um I met people in the communication school,
uh-huh?
and I met the dean of the communication school, and then I
That's
didn't know
her. Well,
anyone
what's
in
her
the
name?
business.
Right. What?
I didn't know anyone in the business
This.
school yet,
Uh-huh.
and then she basically asked to to be introduced to someone, the Jean, and then
Uh-huh.
I realized there was a new Jean. He was just arriving
Uh-huh.
of the business school, and then he forwarded. I mean, she introduced me, and he basically forwarded me to Dr. Plant, to
Oh,
Professor
okay.
Plant, to
Okay.
I'm just double checking here. I'm so sorry, but I think I forgot her name.
Yeah, I know. I'm in a computing advisory committee to
Oh,
advise,
really?
and she's in charge. I forgot her name too.
Because
She's blonde hair. Yeah.
Um, I met Kim, and
Yeah.
uh, I will let you know in 1 second.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Uh,
It doesn't matter.
no, Linda. I don't think that was. I'm thinking
No, it doesn't
she's
matter.
copied. Okay, I will.
It doesn't matter. It really is. It's non-consequent. Okay, so great. So let's keep up. And are you doing anything with language model, large language model, small language model? Are
Yes,
you
yes.
programming? What have you done there?
Um, well, I have helped with RAG, like RAG.
Yeah,
So,
rag.
so I helped some customers to basically, one thing that this company had, they had a lot of issues with new policies and things that are published in PDF or documents.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy that was basically in the chatbot answering questions, he needed to go and find if there is something new. So basically, we automated that, but there was a lot of, like, say, there was some lack in the beginning, and we knew that of accuracy, and then we used RAG to basically make it much more precise.
Mm-hmm. And have you created any like conversational chatbots, voice? Have you done anything in that?
You say chatbots in the past, yes,
But
but we
with
use
voice,
with
continuous voice.
voice. No, no, actually, the voice it's doable. It's
I know,
not
I
hard.
know, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's just like I never had the need
So
for
you haven't
doing
done
that.
it. Okay,
Yes,
okay.
but this is we
Yep.
have. I'm using one of the things I have been doing. I'm worried about how expensive for the environment is to run neural networks.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically developed one neural network that used 3.5 kilobits only
Wow.
of memory footprint to recognize image.
Yeah.
So I can run on a few cents
Yeah.
microcontroller on battery.
Wow.
That's a paper. I have one paper published about this, and the second one with more results I will publish. So I'm one of the, I'm really into the time machine learning and time. I will give you one example. One of the papers that's what's published. We developed a technique. I developed a technique that was my computer science PhD. That basically you can train a neural network to do prediction or classification. With 1% of the data set, there is a way to select that 1% and get a result that's comparable. Like the accuracy is comparable. So basically, you'll use much less energy, much less data.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
this is good for not only for that, but small business. They don't have that much data collected.
Right.
And then you always hear this: oh, let's have a data lake and everything. Then you have data. That's the idea. I mean, you don't need to have too much data.
Yeah, and you can do it in a small
data,
footprint.
You do something.
Okay,
Yes.
Great. Listen, I need to get going.
course.
I have another one, but we'll do that. And your wife, it'd be interesting for me to maybe we can even pass your name to my wife. I'd be interested to see what she's doing. I do a number of presentations. Maybe I can have you both on a panel or something that we do, especially doing things that we do. I'd be interested to see what she's doing with the avatars and things like that.
Can I introduce you? I send an email to her.
Yes, please, and then we can meet. I'm doing most of the things I'm doing is online now.
Okay.
So basically for meetings and so forth, I meet with online. That's why I couldn't meet you, for and a lot of things I find you can do online just many times even better than sometimes in person, of sharing
I
things.
agree.
So yeah, please introduce me, and I'd like to her, for both of you, and it'd be interesting to see what she's doing. Do you do any work together or no?
Yes, we did. We published papers together. We work very well together.
Okay.
To be honest, the
Yeah.
only thing preventing now is like what we feel a little bit. I mean, people might think, well, just because it's your wife, nepotism, or
Yeah.
and
No.
then she's just started, but I trust her. She's really competent.
And what is her undergraduate degree in?
Her?
Yes.
Or mine?
Hers.
Okay, hers is psychology.
Psychology. Oh, so it's all psychology.
Yes, psychology. So her undergrad was in psychology. Her master and her PhD in psychology. But she was in Stanford in the VHU. That's the Virtual Human Interaction Lab.
Yes. Okay. So
That's,
she really
with Jeremy Bailey. So that's a communication department.
Right.
And
So
that's
how she got the communication. Yeah.
Yes, but she worked with the education school team. She basically had a postdoc, a double appointment, her postdoc with Jeremy in the communication department and the dean of the education school.
Yeah. So I'd be very interested in what she and what she does, because where AI I think really works is those areas that almost of hallucinations really are great, and I think the whole idea of therapy, I think the whole idea of psychology, of working together really just fits so well. And I'm looking for people in psychology, and the older folks in psychology are talk about tunnel vision, are so rigid against anything that they were even against telehealth, at the time.
Yes, and by the way, I love meeting you because you are very open-minded. I mean, you want to do different things. Right. And some people, they avoid doing different things.
I know, I'm the opposite. Yeah, right. So I'm just saying, as a matter of fact, because I also work with medical school, and I work with, as a matter of fact, with urologist in terms of how do you deal with men in terms of we work with him on how to deal. Men don't like to go to the doctor, and especially with urology, and basically their wives end up sending them to the doctor. So we were thinking about at that time using Avatar. So there's so much in healthcare that I
Yes.
think can
Yes.
really fit, and also coaching, all that areas where even on planning, strategy, those things that you don't have to be exact,
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
opening your mind that you don't have to worry about that, that I think it really can help. And people are so afraid of it, but it's basically working together with it, and
I agree. And in some fields, people expect to be exact, but it's an illusion.
I know,
What is
I know.
exact?
I
There
know,
is no
I
exact.
know, but in certain areas where you want your mind to be open, that's great that you
Yes,
start thinking about different.
I agree.
So
Sorry to hold you. I'm
yeah, no,
excited.
but I'm just saying. So I see it. I'd like to even maybe in the next time, either with her or both of you, and then she can show me what she's doing, and I can think about different ways that we can work together, no matter what happens. You know what I mean? That I'm glad that I
Of
met you.
course, no, we
Whatever
should.
you decide to do, or what, you know what I mean? It looks like, this is, through this, but
Thank you, thank you. Well, we'll definitely do things
yeah,
together, and
I think so, and I'd especially like to see what she's doing, and I
okay,
have some
I'll
ideas.
connect.
Yeah, have to connect, and we can tell her we can do like a Zoom, and then she can
Yep,
show me some of the
definitely.
things she has, and then maybe even have you even give a
Yep,
talk in certain places. Okay, great. So
great.
wonderful
Thank
meeting
you.
you. I'm glad that we got the opportunity,
Me too.
even better, and I wish you the best, and I'm looking forward to meeting you and your wife. What is her name?
Me too. Sorry.
What is her name? Your wife's
Uh,
name?
Anna.
Anna? Okay.
Yeah, Anna Kiros.
Anna Kiros. Okay, good.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay,
Uh,
great.
Thank you very
Fantastic.
much, and have
Thank
a
you.
beautiful weekend.
You too. Ciao, ciao. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye, bye.